morning. I'm so glad that you're all here today. So this morning, I want you all to come to the rug. I would have a specific way that I would call the students to the rug, but not for now. Okay, when you get to the rug, I love how everybody's sitting so nicely. I want you to look at our famous smart board. And I have one question for you. Are you living or are you non-living this morning? You're living. How do you know that you're living? You know that you're living because you breathe? Yes, living things breathe. How else do you know that you're living? You grow. That's right, you do grow. And there's one other thing that I want to talk to you guys about. So, let's look at our living things. Living things eat. You see the bunny rabbit eating? We eat. What else eats? Animals eat, yes. You grow. That's how you know you're living, because you're a little baby. A long time ago you were all babies, and then you're big now. And then you breathe. You breathe from your mouth and from your nose. So that's how you know that you are a living thing. A non-living thing. That is something that does not eat, breathe, or grow. A rock, does that eat, breathe, or grow? No. Does a cupcake eat, breathe, or grow? No, you're right. Scissors? No, that doesn't eat, breathe, or grow either. So, this morning, I want everybody to repeat that for me. I know I am living because I eat, I breathe, and I grow. Okay? So, let's say it together. I know I'm living because I eat, I breathe, and I grow. Good job. Okay, and I know that you have some pets at home. Are our pets living or non-living? They're living. Good. Our pets are living. Now, with our pets, I know that not all of our pets are the same. I know that Katie, you have a very fluffy kitty, don't you? And Mary, you have a really fluffy bunny, don't you? So even though Katie has a fluffy animal and it's a cat, and then Mary has a fluffy animal and it's a bunny, they're both fluffy. But are cats and bunnies the same thing? No, they're not the same thing at all. So now we're going to look at my science vocabulary notebook, okay? And there's going to be some words, new vocabulary words that we're going to learn today to put in your big brains, okay? So here are some of the words. We're going to talk about them first. In my notebook, you know that my notebook looks just like your notebook. So when you go to your notebook, it's going to look just like this too. Okay? So we're going to talk about some special words today. Our first word we're going to talk about is living. And what does living mean? Eat, breathe, and grow. Good job! Eat, breathe, and grow. Okay, so that's our first word. So you can draw breathing. You can draw an animal eating. You can draw yourself growing, okay? Our next word is non-living. Non-living means does not eat, breathe, or grow. And what does living mean? Eat, breathe, and grow. Good. So here you can draw some non-living things in your notebook, okay? A big word. What letter does this word start with? Starts with the letter C. You're right. That word is characteristic, and that is a very big word. Let's try to say it together. Characteristic. A characteristic is a special way something looks. So like this cow. Do you see this cow? This cow has a tail. Does this butterfly have a tail? No, this butterfly does not have a tail. So that tail is something very special, a special way that the cow looks. This butterfly, the butterfly has wings. Does the cow have wings? No, the cow does not have wings. So the butterfly's characteristic is the wings, because that's something very special about them. So that's another word we're going to work on. Alike. Look at those two dogs. That kind of looks like so-and-so's dog, doesn't it? Well, alike. Does anybody know what that means? That's okay. Alike is two things that are the same. So do you see how these two dogs look alike? That means the same. And our last word, and then we'll be all done, is different. And we know what different means. Different is something that does not look alike. These two dogs, they don't look anything alike, do they? No. So those are two things that are not the same. So when I call you, I'd like for you to go to your seats and work on your science vocabulary notebooks. And then after that, we're going to come back and do one more thing. So what does living mean again? Living means something eats and breathes and grows. Good job. Okay, so the kids would go to their seats and do their science vocabulary notebooks. And then after that, I will call them back to the rug. So I want everybody to come back to the rug now. Find your spots and sit quietly. Now we're going to do a special little activity, okay? So here's some living things and some non-living things on our board. You see them? I want us to sort these things by living and non-living, okay? So I'm going to call you one by one to come up and sort your living thing and your non-living thing. So I'm going to do an example for us. So I'm going to pick the water bottle. And when it's my turn, I'm going to click on the water bottle. And is a water bottle living or non-living? Does it eat, breathe, or grow? No, it doesn't eat, breathe, or grow. So we're going to put it in the living section. And then when it's your turn, you can pick one thing and drag it to the living or non-living. And this line means non-living. And this line means living, okay? All right. So then I would call the students up one by one to do this part. And I would also make sure that they're thinking about where they would put it and ask, did I put the water bottle in the right place, or did I put the car in the right place? Did so-and-so put the basketball in the right place? To make sure that they're all engaged. Okay, so now that we've sorted out all of our living things and our non-living things, we're going to sort these living things. Do you remember how we talked about Mary's rabbit and then Katie's bunny? How they're both not her bunny, her dog. We talked about her dog. Now, a bunny and a dog aren't the same, are they? But they both have fur, don't they? So now, just like we did when I called you up, one by one, you're going to drag the picture wherever it goes. So a goldfish. You can look at the pictures. I know you don't know these words, but we're learning them. You can look at these pictures, and this is a picture of fur. So only things that have fur are going to go right here. Right here, we're only going to put things that have scales. What has scales? Good. And feathers, right here, it's only going to be feathers. So we're going to sort these animals where they go. So a goldfish, where would a goldfish go?
Scales.
A goldfish has scales. So you see how I did that? I'm going to put it right there. The goldfish goes where it has scales. Good job. Okay. Now that we've finished our whole board, we have one more thing that we're going to do. We're going to do our little coloring sheet. Okay? And on this coloring sheet, I have one example for you. Okay? And on my example, you'll see this says, on row 1, only color the living things blue. So a cat, that's living. It eats and breathes and grows. And a bird is living. It eats, breathes, and grows. So we're going to color that. Now scissors, are scissors living? No, scissors aren't living, so we're not going to color that one. And don't forget, we're going to color it blue. So you're going to work on this worksheet, and then we're going to do one last thing, okay?